Greetings, beautiful people. My name is Ana Koa, or Ana Carolina Noriega. I am a Pleiadian soul, hailing also from the Orion Belt System. I know there's some information about the Orion Belt System and the incarnations there. I think I hail from there as well in order to prepare myself for this lifetime on Earth, considering it is a multitude and school of consciousness as well as this Earth is. I'm a Sophia Christ Conscious channel. I'm a spiritual medium and oracular healer. In my physical incarnation this time around, in this lifetime, I'm usually a pretty silly lady. I like to kid around a lot and I enjoy, a good sense of humor. But considering the content and intent of this video, I will do my best to express my statements as clearly and directly as possible, and I'll keep the jokes for future videos, no doubt. Okay. I have chosen to incarnate as a half Irish Catholic, half Puerto Rican creative. I was delivered at home in the mountains of Puerto Rico, delivered by my father, and later raised in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, PA. I was born during the Time Traveler's Portal of February 29th, which is a leap day, and during the Dragon Year of 1988. Choosing this incarnation intentionally, I have always straddled the identifying boxes of culture, time, and expression from birth, leading to a state of alternative awareness beyond the constraints of social conditioning, even at a young age. Seeking and naturally embodying the creative energies of the divine, I became an avid drummer, painter, singer, dancer, actress, and comic. I studied at the University of Pittsburgh, where I dropped out with only one class left to complete my BFA, as I was in the beginning stages of a massive spiritual awakening, manifesting as a systemic dismantling of most of the structures in my life. After a lot of personal and professional trauma in almost every aspect of my life, I had what modern medicine has described as a post-traumatic spiritual awakening. I channeled most of my expression after this into being an underground hip-hop artist and spoken word artist, performing and living on the streets of Los Angeles before moving to and living in the forest of Mount Shasta for many years on and off. There I was afforded the opportunity to train and ground my psychic gifts as an intuitive and channel through receiving a certification in the holistic healing program, as well as participating in a personal apprenticeship with an elder ascended master channel. I spent many years in mentorship with my own inner guidance while living in and connecting with the power and wisdom of the forest, the mountain, and the healing waters of Mount Shasta. As of today, I have translated my current expression of artistic mediumship as a sacred dancer, often embodying ecstatic states of direct union with the divine in a collective action of channeled and unified energy of universal love source consciousness with other individuals during drum and fire ceremonies. I also utilize my gift as a divine feminine Christ consciousness channel to aid in one-on-one client-based clearing sessions where we discover the authentic expression coming through and aid to clear emotional trauma from childhood through a technique I've developed called memory transfer framing. My current intention with creating videos is to include the collective in my channeling endeavors, not only as a teacher and potential spiritual leader, but also for my own spiritual evolution and awareness as a student myself. Okay. As a divine feminine Christ channel and Sophia Code Dragon Tribe self-initiate, I am here to aid in the assembly, support, and maintenance and structures of the paradigms for the feminine route of ascension. While studying at the University of Pittsburgh, I wrote my thesis on performing arts and how they are one of the highest form of artistic expression to influence political change. This was explored through the phenomenon of mirror neurons, evoking the process of empathy, which in turn informs morality and ethics. Even after my awakening, I carry this awareness and importance of how the body's experience and perception of our reality informs and intimately connects our higher awareness. This is a major tenet of what I would consider to be feminine routes of ascension. And to further clarify on what I mean by feminine avenues of ascension, To me, it is the act of bringing our body's divine intelligence and unique experience along for the ride, which while ascending into enlightened states. So just to repeat that, to clarify what the feminine route of ascension means to me, it is the act of bringing our body's divine intelligence and unique experience along for the ride when ascending into enlightened states. For me, feminine routes of spirituality are based around a clear union of our emotions through our feeling states with our highest expression of the divine. There essentially is no differentiation between form and energy. Our feelings are essentially differentiated, however, from being only illusory states of limited perception, often connected to past life or childhood triggers, and instead are also celebrated and honored as the highest expression of our authentic spiritual compass, guiding us with the influence of our true, higher, and inner child self. This does not negate or deny that our emotions can be expressed from a repressed state of trauma, but also allows for them to be much more intelligent and expanded once in an exalted and healed state. Feminine ascension does not view the perceived senses and our human experience as base, illusory obstacles to our divine identity, but rather as an integrated mode of avenues into the divine. It aims to allow spirituality and its vital healing to be accessible not only to a privileged few who all believe certain tenets, but instead to all of humanity. It complements the current masculine-based paradigm and sometimes the overemphasized mindfulness model with the equally valuable, valid, and needed feeling model. It aims to avoid prevalent tendencies to spiritually bypass the experience of being a human as a separate concept of being spiritual by diving into the feeling sensations of the heart and body as a united and often ecstatic state of spiritual embodiment. Feminine spirituality allows for the expanded comprehension of the divine universal law of attraction by expressing that it is not only mindful thoughts that create our reality, but the emotional feeling state that is evoked by these thoughts that inform our frequency and subsequent manifestations. In order to master being creators of our reality, we must accept to deeply process unconscious emotional states that live within our bodies as trapped trauma and transmit via our signature of frequency. By acknowledging and processing these feelings, we promote and support that we need to nurture our human basic needs in order to truly emit the integrated frequency of unification and abundance. According to the Hermetic principle of as above, so below as above, we understand the holistic concept that thinking good thoughts create positive feelings and positive realities, as well as the equally important complement that feeling good sensations as a human vessel inherently produces positive thoughts without resistance to or the spiritual bypass of the human experience. Feminine ascension routes also allow for the equal honoring of the dark within our yin-yang universe as equally as spiritual as our light expression. It comprehends and supports that the emotional processing of the shadow is one of the most spiritual actions we can embody as human beings, and it is in fact the gift of a human incarnation to be able to have the emotional capacity to feel the collective consciousness shadow so that we may truly process any and all karma. It does not seek to differentiate or make superior the light from that of the dark, nor does it value only the expression of what is falsely considered to be high-frequency emotions or feeling states. Understanding the concept that authenticity is the highest vibrational frequency, found in a recent study that it vibrates 400 times more powerfully than that of unconditional love. We include deep human passion, sorrow, rage, and agony, for example, as equally divine embodiments of universal source as expressing itself through a human incarnation, and are equally as valuable and spiritual as joy, love, peace, and harmony. This allows a complete surrendering and union with the realness of our human experience through our feeling states to obtain the highest form of ecstatic states of integrated body, soul, and mind expressions. For further clarification, It is not the intention of of feminine avenues of ascension to compete or compare with equally valuable and needed masculine avenues of ascension. Instead, it seeks to complement and support it as an alternative, or rather as an expanded inclusion route to support all humans everywhere. In my understanding, feminine routes of ascension embody nurture and compassion, while masculine-based routes of ascension embody restriction and discipline. This is not to promote an ununified perception of the divine, but rather to incorporate and heal imbalances in a current spiritual culture in a grounded way. Because we come from and live in a patriarchal social structure, we all carry the unconscious programming of that structure, either healed or unhealed. And subsequently, our modern spiritual culture is no exception to this deeply ingrained programming. This is a concept I will surely expand upon in future videos, but for now, this basic acknowledgement and acceptance of all of our agreed upon current reality is needed in order to not spiritually bypass the current imbalances within our society, and in order to truly address and rebalance our current spiritual culture, along with the internal manifestation of that paradigm. Though we are all inherently androgynous and carry equal amounts of masculine and feminine energy, it is mine and other channels' understandings that we choose to express an embodiment of one of these polarities, not only in our physical incarnations, but also as souls, in order to explore, discover, and evolve at a master level. For example, this would be like going to college and choosing either the arts or sciences. This might not be the best example, but it gives you an idea of how specifying in one polarity allows you to completely explore and evolve by being educated in a specific area. Humans who identify or carry a higher expression of the feminine polarity, either in a female or male body, are inherently and naturally deeply connected with creative forces, and therefore they have an understanding and a natural spiritual embodiment without the need for certain restrictive lifestyles or mental attitudes in order to be in enlightened states. Male-oriented incarnations can require strict, restrictive diets, celibacy, and or the renunciation of social roles and identity in order to attain enlightenment. The feminine avenue of ascension aims to support the human experience of both feminine-based incarnations as well as the feminine side of masculine-based incarnations through nurture and compassion. Examples of this are having a satisfying and well-rounded nutrient-dense diet, a healthy sex life, and an integrated role in our chosen tribe of society. Part of our subversive patriarchal programming in modern spiritual culture is blindly adhering to an outdated masculine-based spiritual structure of restriction as the only or the highest avenue of enlightenment, rather than incorporating the grounded nurture of feminine expression. When feminine-based incarnations follow these restrictive or disciplinary routes of ascension because they are let me say this again. When feminine-based incarnations follow this restrictive or disciplinary route of ascension, being that they are inherently vibrating at a unified frequency with their divine expression, they can run the risk of ungrounding themselves and potentially harming their bodies and psychology in the process. In fact, we are often more than not seeing a great need in our modern spiritual community to nurture our bodies with grounding, nutrient-dense foods, nurture our need for healthy sexual expression free from the patriarchal attitudes of deeply repressed shame, and support our spiritual psychological integration of having vital and reciprocal roles in society and tribal expressions as an avenue to ground our natural high frequency. This is not exclusive to women, but rather an option for the feminine side of all humans, either in male or female bodies, or either masculine or feminine-oriented souls. Thank you for your time and attention today. This video is intended to be an introduction into who I am as an individual in this life and beyond, as well as my current mission is what my current mission is here on earth. I pray to use this awareness to create emotional, physical, and spiritual sanctuaries, schools, and temples that uphold and teach what I would consider to be the feminine avenue of ascension. We live in a very special and evolutionary time, one where there is much political and environmental strife, indicators as labor pains of birthing the coming golden age. It is all of our responsibility and birthright to create the paradigms and structures required to support the coming generations of light workers that are being birthed onto our planet. Those with oracular sight know in their soul and bones the beauty of this opportunity, as well as the harmony, joy, bliss, and peace of the coming age. As a matter of fact, those with advanced oracular sight already understand that this coming age is here, and it is only a healing of this disharmony and an unveiling of that harmony, joy, bliss, and peace of the golden age that is needed. We all signed up to aid in this process, and at this seemingly difficult time, because we are master souls capable of healing and grounding these needed structures in our current society, amidst the seeming strife and disharmony. It is time for the true and real rise of the feminine, defined and created by the feminine, not necessarily within the context of masculine-based programs. We are here to evolve the true expression of the divine feminine by embodying it in our daily lives as human beings. Thank you again for your time and attention. I pray you have a beautiful day or evening, and I sincerely look forward to connecting with you again in my next video. I'm going to go lie down and watch something funny now because that was a lot. So thank you for listening to all of that. If you did, I hope you understood it, and it's not like it's that difficult to grasp or that, you don't have a very high intelligence. But if you have any questions, I'm not really open for debate or to hear your theories. I'm more interested in respectful and equal conversation. So if you have any questions about what I spoke about and you're interested in what I'm channeling, feel free to comment. Thank you, and I love you. Have a good one.